like I said, no, so selection should be very keen and well trained. So children's choir is an official choir. So the church, but I know some other churches will not allow this, but they should understand that children's ministries department can have a choir who can sing. Like for me, let me tell you, I love children. I was once upon a time a pastor, so assisting somewhere when I was learning somewhere, and I remember telling the church that this year we are having a guest choir in the children's camp meeting. We want to have the same taste that you are having, and I thank God for that district that was able, that is Utawala district. I am humble for them for allowing and accepting that yes, we want to feel how the other, even other camp are feeling, and the church agreed. And I remember us having a guest choir all the way from Nyanza coming to their guest choir in a camp meeting. It was fire for God, I tell you. So, and the choir that came was not the entire church. The teacher selected the group that was in the choir, and they came and they sang. And this year, they're also going somewhere as a guest choir. So you make a guest choir and be very good and sing, and then call me, teacher Pascal. I have a choir. Can they be invited somewhere? And then through the grace of God, we work on ways that that choir can walk and serve God as an outreach ministry in the children's ministries department. What am I saying? Why am I saying this? I'm challenging all those who are listening to me today that why don't you this year advocate for children's choir as a guest choir in the children's camp meeting? If a church can bring three choirs from Tanzania, why do they drop just bring two and then the third one it becomes a church choir? My friend, go there and advocate for your children. And if you have parents who have children and they are opposing it, I don't know how to should do them. We should now take cross and even boil it and then we this. Don't you want even children to enjoy? I'm challenging someone who is listening to me today. So, Eunice, I don't know if I've answered your question because you had a question about children's choir. Now bring your question if I've not tackled it.
Yeah, you've answered.
Mm.
And I also wanted to, how do you get the children to commit to the choir? Do you first talk to the parents? And also, how do you do the selection?
Aha, thank you so much. Let me give an example that we did in Mwangaza. We announced the ministries that we are having. Here in Mwangaza, we have drama, we have music, we have, I think, poem, we have sign language, we have instruments, and there's story. There's Young Preachers Club. So those are 7 ministries that we are having. So we said that these are the ministries that we are having. And then we said, I remember when it was being launched, I was part of it. Now we say that we divided them. We said that if you want to sing music group, you run to that teacher. If you're going, and now we sat and every child went free will to the group that where he or she feels. But no, they'll always be, some of them go there just to test. So it is the role of the leader who has been given the mandate, who has given, to make those who have come in the ministry or the that require to make them love it. So afterwards, the next thing you will hear, they'll take the message to their parents and the parent will know. So after having that and everything, there's now that, and you have the list of all ministries that you have in choir, drama. Make a list, and if maybe children's the choir for the children, you want to do a project with them like for uniform, you just communicate directly to their parents. Tell them that we are having a presentation, and please, we want them to have uniforms. And maybe the uniform is a ribbon, and that ribbon will be red in color, and it is 50 shilling. And if it is something beyond, maybe you want to have a uniform, a special uniform, you call them for a meeting. Because by the time the message has gone home, we can even call for a meeting for all children ministries teachers that we are having, children ministries parents that we are having, You've seen that we have ministries, and these ministries will, like for the instrument, I remember in Mwangaza, they were told to go and buy flutes. I saw kids, even I remember buying for two. Teacher, mom, do not have money, but I'm in the new instrument, I need a flute. How much is the flute? 100 shillings. I remember buying two of them, a flute, so that they have passion in it. So that is how you can do it. Separate them, let them go freely. Afterwards, now you can do a follow up with their parents, and the ministry can start. Is the role of the person in charge, the role of the music leader, or if you don't have someone, you can talk to the leader of the children ministries to help you through the music department of the church to have a children's what trainer. And if you can even organize on how you can even pay a children's, and that's how you can even have a choir and even do a recording. So that is how it can happen. That's just a suggestion that how it can happen, because that one I've seen happen. I've seen it practical. Yes. Is it clear, my dear?
Yes, yes, thank you so much.
Thank you. Friends, bring your questions now. Unless there's something I've missed. Children's Sabbath, we know what it entails. This is a day where children should see, the church will see how these ministries operate. From morning to sunset, the children should come. Bible study should be based on the children. In fact, allow the children's ministries do a Bible study. I have seen during the COVID where I've seen children doing Bible studies and even discussing. I'm like, what? So these kids have this a lot. You've been training them for this time. Give them chance to share Bible study with their parents. Parents, today we are having a Bible study, and you even have a panel. And our Bible study is about love. How can we show love to us as children? This is what we love. And then children, parents will also talk about why do they beat them. It is them who are running, and you have maybe a teacher who is a moderator, or even a child who is a moderator. Children's Sabbath is a very nice. This is the day where you don't even waste your time bringing. If you have this minute, bringing a guest speaker, or even if that guest speaker comes in the afternoon, my friend, we want to see children ministries, those ministries performing and sharing what they have. I guess if you invite me, at times I usually say, "What do you have?" Let them do what they. But yeah, if you want to, at times you bring a guest speaker to speak to the parents. Why do I come all the way to speak to the parents and I came to speak to the kids? I must share with them, even if it's a story or a Bible study, but allow them to be part and parcel of. That's why we have children's Sabbath. Yes. And then this children's evangelistic meeting is now what we have as the children's camp meeting, by the way. Camp meeting has nothing to do with Pathfinder ring. Please. No Pathfinder uniform during the camp meeting. No raising of flags during the camp meeting. Camp meeting is one of the children's ministries event, not a Pathfinder event. If Pathfinders must or adventurers must be in uniform, do a selection of at least 10 or three who are maybe the color parties escorting the pulpit team, and not nothing like guard of honor. They can only do guard of honor on request, and just a few, not everyone. Camp meeting is purely children's ministries department. Pathfinders can only be there when they are performing a specific act. Maybe they are guard of honor, maybe they are escorting the pulpit team. But I'm telling you, mark this. This is what we know. Children's evangelistic meeting. This is now what we say that is our children's camp meeting. A series of meetings for children present age-appropriate truths while the parents are attending the adults evangelism. Are you seeing this? Look at the description. This you will not see camp meeting in the what in the manual, but this is an example of a camp meeting. That's why I say a series of meetings for children that present age-appropriate truths while the parents are attending the adults meeting. The program includes Bible stories and doctrine, memory verses, songs, prayers, activities, and crafts. This is purely camp meeting. So if you ask me, where do I see camp meeting in the children's ministries? It is called Children's Evangelistic Meeting, where they are coming, eh, present and construct Bible study on a plan, salvation, and that's why we have those lessons for the camp meeting. So camp meeting is purely children's ministries. No raising of flags. I personally, no putting on Pathfinder uniform. For what? Let them put adventure. In fact, if these ministries are there, let them come with their ministries uniform. If choir has a uniform, they put on their music. And don't make it expensive. You can always have black and white and a ribbon. Maybe yellow ribbon for the drama, a red ribbon for the choir, green ribbon for the instrument. That is a blending. Eh? So that you don't make it so much expensive. Make it just something parents can afford. Because remember, there is the church, there's the pathfinder, there's the adventurer. Some of them have kids in all these departments. So children's evangelistic meeting is camp meeting. This is an example of camp meeting. That's to say, is to help children make a commitment to Jesus and to understand the plan of salvation and fundamental beliefs of the administration. And you can just look at it the way the description and the purpose. This is camp meeting, very important. Uh-huh. Young Preachers Club. Ah, these are very nice thing. You teach kids how to preach. Those who have passion for preaching. Me, I'm a product of this particular upbringing. For me, being standing as a pastor, remember I was once given a chance to preach on a Pathfinder Sabbath. I remember preaching John 3:16. I took 5 minutes and I was shivering and I left the stage. My shortest sum, 5 minutes, my friend. And I don't remember saying anything. People laughed at me. But now, don't try me. But I remember this being a young preacher helped me. So if you admire kids preaching, other churches preaching nicely. And if you don't have one child preacher who can motivate others, call me, inbox me. I bring you preachers. This is why you can, during this children's church, you just like you invite pastors, teachers to come and preach in your events. Also invite young preachers, young preachers. Hey, tell me, Pascal, is a Pathfinder Sabbath, and I'm looking. We want to have a change, to have a guest, and this time we want a child. Do you have a child who can preach for a church and children? And then let them, even kids, enjoy the pulpit like you enjoy adults. So where can they learn that? Young Preachers Club. This is another ministry that you have, to train children, gift of preaching God's words. Children get to be trained to be young preachers when they have an interest in gift of preaching. This is it. These are bands that can get child, and this is where you get child preachers or children sermons. Don't just pick anyone who's going to tell there that and the cow talked after talking, and then after finishing, he said, "Do you like my sermon? Do you like my story?" In fact, I hate that thing. I've ever seen a pastor preaching and then say, "Do you like my sermon?" These are things that we are planting to our kids. They're just seeing these things as so as how do I put, I even lack the word. Do you like my story? They are seeing stories. They should see a sermon. Train them how to preach, how to call a call. And this issue, if you're listening to me, don't go and sin no more. Don't this thing, do you like my sermon? Yes, we do. I've never seen a pastor as he or she finishes, or a preacher saying, "Do you like my sermon? Do you like my?" And then you telling me, "Now I'm a pastor." Don't forget to come. Those things are things of the past. The person who brought it, I don't know where he was born or she was born. But we need to change, and that's why we are here, to learn, to be equipped, and to be empowered. This thing, to be honest, let them know that let it finish by a call. How many kids are saying today, they are saying they'll never steal again? Raise up your hand or stand up, we pray. And then they pray, and then they say, "May God bless you." And then walk, the child should walk softly, go and sit down, not sing. And if they do it, it's because us, we are doing it. And if you are here doing that, Teacher Pascal is saying, go sin no more. Because sermons are not liked. Sermons are preached and you contemplate upon them. I don't know if that has entered. Give me a thumbs up, because this one should enter. Yeah, I need a thumbs up. I want to feel Mranyo. Eh? Unless someone is not feeling this thing, man. You see, do you like my story? We cannot do things like that, I tell you. Thank you so much. I can see we are here. So these people can be used in the Pathfinder Fair, Adventure Fair. This is where now Pathfinders can reap for the children ministries. When you are having a Pathfinder Fair, don't train for more. Pick one of them. Say that today you are the one who's going to represent us in the children's in the Pathfinder Fair and Adventure Fair. And they are there and they go and they wire we usually say as pastors, go and hammer the gospel. Give them chance. This is where Pathfinder can reap. No need of now Pathfinder Club training preachers. Uh-uh. That's why we coordinate with the Pathfinder Adventurer Club. Children Ministries, one of the best ministries that I've come to love, admire, and I love so much. Friends, music festival. Yeah, organized for this. This where now this is like the fair for the Pathfinder adventurers, where you bring all kids and come. I love Upper Nairobi Station did it at Kariobangi. These children are given opportunity to use their musical talents in areas of singing, playing instruments, musical memes, singing, sign language, and everything. This is where kids are now coming. There, in fact, me one day, my dream, one day we have a nice a 2 day extravaganza. We are saying we are starting on Friday. They are entering there, just like the music did. The people came to Nairobi, to Mwangaza, and they sang Tangu Kuami. They sang, and after that, people got marks and they went up to the union level. My prayer one day that we can see. If it's music, I'm seeing, I want to see the talent that the Adventists have in terms of playing keyboard. I want to see an adventurer playing keyboard, playing flute, and we are there enjoying and praising God. This is where that can happen. I'm praying that you can even have a district one event. I just love when I see a child singing. I just love when I see a child preaching. I just love when I see a child playing instrument and doing sign language. I don't know if you're feeling Muranyo the way I'm feeling. I don't know. Children gather for a day for music extravaganza, program include exhibitions and short demonstration of musical instrument, memes, choral works. If we have a drama band, they are there showing drama. My friend, I love Oshkosh Kampuri. Those people are true. I love what I saw also in Kenya Lake Conference, and I also saw it in Nairobi Kajiado Field. They did very nice programs at night. If you want to see real programs for the children at times, go to Oshkosh Kampuri when you see people acting the story of Moses in real time. I tell you, with the nice costumes. But I know I'm just charging someone here to start thinking of something, but no problem. We can be there. So for this, the department can have small bands that can nurture this program. Friends, let me pause there and ask if there's a question. Mhm. Bring a question. We are ending. We've spent more time here, and I want us to end now. Who has a question? Feel free to raise your hand, and then we share. If you have some comments, I don't know if there are some comments. Ask a question, raise your hand if there is anyone, because we are ending. We are ending. Silence means you will not add, or you are contented, or where are we? Any question? I want to leave anything untouched today. After this, of course, I'll be sharing this presentation again, but I believe it is in the wall. If you're not in the wall, feel free to inbox us. I'm asking my fellow coordinator, TJC Media Kenya, if you're in a position to share the numbers, our contact. Let me just share mine. So any question, we are ending. Any question, any question. If you're not in the world, let me share our contact there. We'll share with you the link where you can have the communication and announcements. Any question? Okay. Now, in summary, like what is in a yeah. Oh, yes, Akinyi, please. Yes, Akinyi, is your time?
Okay, my question is
Mm.
from the previous lesson
Mm-hmm.
that the Sabbath school and the children ministry,
Mm.
how can they be harmonized so that we don't have rift between the teachers and the Sabbath school superintendent? And
Okay. The only thing that they can be harmonized is the Sabbath school superintendent to accept and understand that children's ministries is independent. One, and children's ministries have a children's Sabbath school. And this can happen when a leader just take your children's ministries handbook and talk to her or him that one of the things that is mandate is they need to organize the children's ministries Sabbath, and I'm here to for you to help me enact that one. So that is the harmony that will come first when you are all in agreement and they have bought it. Because if they've not bought it, you'll be fighting. And this is a God's church. If they're not receptive, visit your elder, explain to him or to him, go to your pastor, tell them that according to our manual, I'm seeing that we are supposed to be having this. And if he's a pastor who understands, who also ready to learn and everything, I'm very sure the pastor will also help. Will easily talk to the superintendent and tell them no problem. You help in coordinating their Sabbath school. But it's a matter of how to approach and as Sabbath school superintendent to know that this is where my mandate ends, this is where this starts. And I believe when you've gone with love and humility, you will talk, you will see. And a good president will be free. I'll leave it very quick so that the workload will not be much. Because when standard is also taking care of the children's Sabbath school, is a big loss. And that's what happened to Moses. Moses was burning. He had to separate this work. So that's what how I can advise and for you to work upon it or someone to work upon it. Talk to the departmental to see, to understand, go slowly by slowly, this approach that we have, the elders, the pastor, and things will be all right. That's the best way. And then in harmony, that when you are doing things this way, don't collide with them, have a separate room so that you don't provide and then finish in time. Because I've seen children ministries maybe getting too getting late to start, finish in time, so that when he coordinating the entire church Sabbath school, he's seeing that you she's seeing that you are receptive and you are doing your part. And if you need anything from her or him, approach them that I need this and that. And I believe you can work in harmony. Akin, I don't know if that's yeah. Yes, Akinyi, are we fine?
okay, answered somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this part of the devotional leaders in the Sabbath school for the children.
Mm.
So they don't have to, the Sabbath school should not appoint divisional leader for the children. It is the work of the children ministry. Or
Yeah, so the question, the thing is there is that maybe you came late. Let me just share with you that there's something that is in our manual. Let me just share that. There's something, yeah. A children devotional leader is elected when there is no children's ministries department. Listen to this. I'm reading this from the church manual. Well, the Sabbath school provide children with religious education once a week. Children's ministries strive to provide multiple ministries, and other times it will lead the children ministry to Jesus. Now, that one is one. Uh, Listen, the children ministry department, it cooperates with the Sabbath school and other departments. So is a coordination. There's another thing here. It is the last one. This is from the church manual. If the church has a children's ministries department, VBS, Children's Branch Sabbath School, those are devotion. Those are the devotion leaders. Neighbor, they will come under the direction of the children's ministries. So if we have a children's ministries department, it is the role of the children's ministries leader to coordinate the children's Sabbath school. So this one is direct from the church manual. That if we have this department, there's no need of having division leaders for the children, because it is the work of the what? Children's ministries. This is reading from the manual. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. But remember, they are working together. Now, as much as is independent, there's a time where they need to work together. That's why they cooperate together. They coordinate themselves together. Thank you. Okay, is there any other hand? Jared, have you seen any other hand? Because time is fast spent, we need to be ending. Yes, Catherine.
Pastor, where you have read about church as a children ministries department, when you go down, it says that everyone involved in work with the children ministry must meet church and legal standards and requirements, such as background checks or certification. Local church leaders should consult with the conference, which will ascertain and advise as to what background checks and certification are available or required. Now, that one I've seen that you go to page 174, 175. This issue of certification, what does it mean? Does it mean that the person has to be a baptized member of the church? Number one. Number two, as we go through these trainings, more so especially about wrestling and other trainings for the children ministry department, does it mean that those are some of the certifications that are required?
Okay, yes, I was even reading there. That is page 88, I believe, which will. So now the reality is that we are not after. That's why I said that if you that when you choose a leader, you need to organize for training, and all the trainings that we had is these are certifications, children's ministry certification. These certifications, there are 11 of them, and this certification is one of them is understanding the grace link. This will help the teacher in Bible lessons, active learning. This will help the teacher to teach. So this is one of the certification that are available. So we have nine certifications that we should, the children ministries coordinator should organize for his or her teachers to go through and be trained. I mean, everyone should meet the legal standards and requirements. The legal standards and requirement for all church is one, baptized member with regular and regular standing. That is the requirement. And such as background checks or certification. Background checks is if you go to the children's ministries handbook, you'll get there's a form that teachers should fill that is there. Those who are volunteering, and or if not that, they can be taken through a what certification. Local church leaders should consult with the conference, which will ascertain and advise. So, at what is the advice from the conference? This comes from through the church elders and more so through the pastor. You can tell the pastor that I want to do ABCD all the way, because the link between you and the conference and advisor, or that's why elders are part of the council in advice and an ex official. So One of the background checks for legal meeting standards of the church is baptized with regular standing. That is very key. You cannot just pick someone who is not baptized. No, no, what will he be teaching? And then maybe he's not baptized. Does he have regular standing? But those are the two major. A baptized member with regular standing. And then the background checks are based on does he have any skills in teaching? And that's why it has been given and relative of what? Of or certification. So background checks is qualification of someone. Does he have passion? Does he know if he's a new person? Me, I remember when I was new in Mongasa, I was taken through. I started with the teaching for 5 years. They saw that I'm a bit advanced. I was taken to the 7 years. By the time I was ending, I was teaching the teenagers. So what was happening? They were doing a background check of myself. Am I really qualified to teach? Do I have the skills? So that is what's called the background checks. Or now, if someone does not have a background check, then he can be taken through a certificate. That's why even in the master guide, we do basic staff training course. Anyone who joins the club or master guide or Pathfinder adventurer should go through basic staff training course so that he or she can have the skills of teaching the junior youth ministries. Yes, that is it. Okay, thank you. And so, is there anything that we are leaving behind? Because I really want us to end. I want to reach by 10:20. We should be ending. Should not reach 10:30. So anything. So as we think, let me just say that a master guide is not a qualification for children ministries teacher. It is not a must for one to be a teacher. It is not a must for one to be a teacher because of being one. One, and if one agree, they should not force their training there, but use their skills there. So master guide is not a qualification to be a children's ministries leader. It is not a qualification to teach, but it is something that will help you in teaching because you have the knowledge and how to handle the children. So that's one thing that I want to say. So Sabbath is under the care of the children ministries, not the clubs. When the agreement clubs meet on Sabbath, those who are not in the clubs are to be taken care of by the children ministries leader or coordinator. There is no curriculum in the children ministries, but have bands or clubs or ministries that are part of the ministries. So music ministries is under the children ministries and not clubs, but there's no harm of having club singing because there's also in our part of the duties of the secretary is to organize the music for the pathfinders, and this is where maybe they're going for the fair and they need to sing. So those who are in the children's choir and are pathfinders or adventurers can form the music team that is going to present in the fair. So that is it. Children ministries are not, there is no registration. Sabbath school lesson can be extended on Sabbath afternoons. That's why we have activities there. Lessons can be done in the afternoons also. Children ministries caters for all young souls in the church from birth to 14, but there's no harm of taking care of those who are 15 years. And that marks the end of our recap and our question and answer session today. God bless all of us, unless there is something burning. As Catherine prepares to pray with us, is there anything burning? Yes, John.
Pastor, there's a question that is in the chat.
Okay.
I don't know if you have answered that.
Let me see. Okay, Pastor, I have a question. Is it advisable to have teacher whose name is not in the church register, though baptized and have regular standing, like the name? Okay, yeah. There's no harm, and that's why we are doing. That's what Catherine brought about the background check. When I was starting to teach Mwangaza, to my good example, my name wasn't really in Mwangaza. but I had proven. So there is there's no problem as long as you've proven that this person. And remember, and for someone to qualify, the standards are he or she has been there for like 6 months, 6 months, not less than 6 months, because some people just come to appear and do their thing. There's one day I saw a teacher who came within a very short time. He was very close to the kids, and then only to find out that he was eyeing these girls, and because the girls were so close to us, one of them came and told Pascal, teacher, teacher so and so is writing me messages, and I was able to interject that. And after him knowing that we've known, the guy disappeared. But he was very active with uniform marching, only to find that he was a man on mission. So that's why we need to work on that. So you can have someone, yes, it is no problem, but as long as he has shown the qualifications of that. So that's what I can say. Baptized and have a reason, as long as he has proven, no problem, no problem, no problem. Basil. Any other? Yes, Akinyi Evelyn, I'll share the slides. I believe, are you in the wall, in the Adventure Wild Wild wall? If you're there, I'll share. You are there?
No.
Have you seen my number shared there?
Well,
Write my number it is in the comments. My number is there. Inbox me. I'll share with you the link so that you can join. You can
yeah.
get the slides. Thank you. So yes. Any other person? 2 minutes have gone according to what we've shared. We had said. So friends, I am so thankful for you being here and to have stayed to this level. Just before we end, my coordinator TJC, Mr. Jared, anything before we end? Yes, teacher Jared, are you there? Okay. Okay, I'm saying that is anything you have as we end? Yes. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Jared. Friends, cheers. God bless you all. As we end, allow me to ask Catherine to pray with us, and then we end our session. God bless you. I love you all. Let's keep fighting this journey for God. Thank you. Catherine, welcome.
Let's believe and pray. Lord Almighty, we come unto Thee this wonderful time, thanking You for having granted us the opportunity to get into this group and also to be able to learn a lot in regards to teaching the children and also bringing them nearer unto You. Father, we want to thank You for the session that has just ended. It was an insightful session, and it is my prayer that as we get into our respective churches, and get into our respective departments. May we use the knowledge that we have gathered today, that we may empower and impact the children that we have been bestowed unto us, so that we may lead them, and also grant us the opportunity that we may be able to learn more, that even as we lead them into discipleship further, may we decrease as you increase. And above all, Father, may you grant us the wisdom that comes from thee, that we may be able to implement what we have learned. We want to thank you for this session. We want to thank you for Pastor Paschal, and we want to thank you for the coordination that he has done. And above all, Father, may you prepare us for the next session that is going to also give an impact in the pathfinders and adventurers. Above all, may you prepare us for your second coming. Grant us a good night's sleep, and may your will be done in our daily lives now and forevermore, for it is in Jesus' name I do pray and believe. Amen.
Amen. Bye-bye. Good night. And feel Mranyo as usual.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. I get today a new vocabulary, mranyo.
Mranyo is, you have to feel Mranyo with the kids. Without Mranyo, you go and stay with the women.
I'm coming from, I'm in Tanzania, so now I'm getting a new vocabulary.
You are Tanzania, nice. So Mranyo, pale unaeleza, nataka tusikie, okay, Mranyo is just a slang ambao watu wanatumia wakisema wanasikia vizuri. Unasikia mrao or Mranyo. So ukipiga story unasikia nasikia Mranyo. Sasa unakuwa ticha Mranyo.
All right. Thank you, Pastor Pascal. May God bless you.
Bless you, ma'am. Thank you. Now, welcome. We have finished. Ajieng.
Yes, Pastor.
You went and came. Welcome. Have you cooked for us?
Sorry for coming in late. Tomorrow nitajaribu niingie mapema.
No problem. But are you in the wall?
No.
Oh, let me share with my number right ahead. And then you box me so that you can, even if you never entered, you can get the sharings.
All right.
The slides. Let me just, before you left again, let me just share my number. Or you can write it.
I think I have your number.
Oh, you have my number?
Yes. This is Violet from Bypass.
This is?
Violet from Bypass.
Acha mchezo wewe. You inbox me number. Wewe potelea wapi? Yes, Nyaboke, thank you so much. We appreciate your feedback. And God bless you. Nice. Violet, just go now online, TJC Media Kenya. You'll get everything. Okay, thank you. Good night.
Yesu yuaja tena, yuaja upesi kwa ajili yako nami. Tangaze kote ulimwenguni, upesi yuaja. Yesu yuaja tena, yuaja upesi kwa ajili yako nami. Tangaze kote ulimwenguni, upesi yuaja. Tuwe tayari kumlaki Bwana, wote watamuona, tutamsikia, hata wale walomchoma. Hubiri neno kwa watu wote, upesi yu aja. Wote watamuona, tutamsikia, hata wale walomchoma. Hubiri neno kwa watu wote, upesi yu aja. Tuwe tayari kumlaki Bwana Yesu yu aja tena, na ushiriki kutangaza Yesu anakuja. Tuwe tayari kumlaki Bwana Yesu yu aja tena, na ushiriki kutangaza Yesu anakuja. Aja na ujira kumpa kila mtu kadri ya kazi yake. Uniwezeshe ujapo tena, nipate uzima. Aja na ujira kumpa kila mtu kadri ya kazi yake. Uniwezeshe ujapo tena, nipate uzima. Tuwe tayari